The forest pressed in, a cathedral of emerald and shadow. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, dappling the path with fleeting patterns of light and dark. Little Red Riding Hood, her crimson cloak a beacon against the gloom, navigated the winding trail. Her breath hitched as a rustle of leaves broke the silence. A glint of yellow eyes, predatory and intense, watched her from the undergrowth. She continued, her heart quickening. The forest seemed to hold its breath, every sound amplified. The whisper of wind, the distant call of a bird. Then, stillness. Unease prickled at her skin. A figure emerged from the trees, tall, cloaked in a deep, inky hue. It moved with a silent grace, its face obscured by a wide-brimmed hat. Red Riding Hood, her hand instinctively reaching for the basket of treats, greeted the stranger with a hesitant smile. The stranger's voice, when it came, was a low rumble. "Good day, little girl. Where are you going?" Red Riding Hood, her smile fading, mumbled a reply. "I'm going to my grandmother's house, to bring her cakes and wine." The stranger's eyes narrowed. "Where does your grandmother live?" Red Riding Hood, her innocence clouding her judgment, pointed towards the distant cottage. "Her cottage is just beyond those tall trees." The stranger, with a knowing smirk, disappeared into the undergrowth. Red Riding Hood, oblivious to the danger, continued on her way. The cottage stood nestled amongst the trees, its windows dark. Red Riding Hood knocked on the door, her heart pounding. "Who is there?" a voice croaked from within. "It is I, Grandma, little Red Riding Hood," she called out, her voice filled with a childlike cheer. The door creaked open. Red Riding Hood stepped inside, the dim light casting long, eerie shadows. On the bed, a figure lay shrouded in darkness. Its eyes, when they finally opened, were large and luminous, unnervingly bright. "Grandma, what big eyes you have!" Red Riding Hood exclaimed, her voice laced with a hint of apprehension. "The better to see you with, my dear," the voice rasped, a chilling echo of Grandma's familiar tone. Red Riding Hood, her unease growing, continued. "Grandma, what big ears you have!" "The better to hear you with, my dear," the voice replied, the words dripping with a sinister amusement. "Grandma, what big hands you have!" she stammered, her voice barely a whisper. "The better to grab you with, my dear," the voice boomed, filling the room with a chilling intensity. Red Riding Hood, her eyes widening in terror, finally realized the truth. This was not her grandmother. "Grandma, what a big mouth you have," she cried, her voice trembling. "The better to eat you with," the figure snarled, its form shifting, elongating. Red Riding Hood screamed, her voice piercing the silence. A sound shattered the stillness, a gunshot. The figure recoiled, its form flickering and vanishing into the darkness. A figure emerged from the shadows, a hunter, his rifle still smoking. He looked at Red Riding Hood, his expression a mixture of concern and grim determination. Red Riding Hood, trembling, clung to the hunter, relief washing over her in waves. The cottage, once a haven, now held the echoes of terror. But in the hunter's presence, a sense of safety returned, a fragile promise of peace amidst the darkness.